Welcome to Tully Tour's visit of St. Augustine. We would like to thank the St. Augustine website for using some of their maps. For more information, please visit them at visitstaugustine.com.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And we're
Tully Tours. Subscribe to our page and learn about all the exciting places that Lisa and I like to go and visit.
So are you ready? Let's get packed and start our Tully Tours. Hi everybody, I'm Lisa. Mark's behind the camera. We're in St. Augustine, Florida. And usually we stay at a hotel, but this time we tried something a little different, to Airbnb. And welcome. I'm going to walk in with you. It's my first time here, so come on in. See if I like it. Take a look around. The biggest thing about staying in St. Augustine is you want to stay near the old town. So that's probably the most important thing when you come here, is, at least for the first time, is to stay near the old town. And this Airbnb is near the old town. It's cute. It's got a little kitchen. We're only staying a few nights, so this works.
As Lisa mentioned, the best way to experience St. Augustine is to stay right in the old town. Here is where our room was located. It was a perfect position to go to the restaurants, to visit all the sites, and not have to use our car at all. When you arrive at St. Augustine, the best place to park is the parking garage at the visitor center. We were able to park our car here very easily. This is a public parking garage right here. It's probably the most beautiful parking garage I've ever seen. And right across from the parking garage is the Visitor Information Center. Get all your information that you need for St. Augustine. So we're right at the beginning of the old town. It's all right down here.
This is a map of St. George Street in St. Augustine. It's part of the old district. It's a pedestrian walking mall. There's no cars allowed. A lot of unique shops there, not like you would see at the beach, restaurants, music, etc. When you leave the parking garage, the first thing you're going to see is this oldest pharmacy that is now Potter's Wax Museum. And there's a picture of me and Henry having a little chat in front.
Here Lisa is walking down St. George Street. As you can see, it's closed to traffic. There's only people walking, gazing at all the old buildings. A lot of these buildings date back a couple hundred years. There are restaurants, there are unique shops, there are historical buildings, like up ahead. Lisa's walking towards the oldest schoolhouse in the United States. It looks pretty old. It's important to visit the beautiful Flagler College. It was a hotel built in 1888 by legendary oil tycoon Henry Flagler. He wanted a great hotel where he could house his wife and guests when they came to visit St. Augustine. Later on, he needed an overflow hotel, which he built as well in 1888, and that was called the Alcazar. In 1946, it was purchased by Otto Leitner and is now the Leitner Museum, housing his amazing collection of curiosities. The Castillo de San Marcos, or the Old Fort, is a must-see as well. It's easy to find. It's right along the bay, right next to the old town. Just cross along the wall of defense, recreated from 400 years ago to defend the city, and go around the fort, and you can enter in through the front and cross over the moat to enter the fort. Built by the Spanish starting in 1672 to defend Florida and the Atlantic trade route, the Castillo National Monument today preserves the oldest masonry fortification in the continental United States. After visiting all the exhibits and rooms on the ground floor, climb to the top of the Castillo. There you're going to see breathtaking views, and you can imagine just what it was like to be 400 years ago, a soldier trying to defend the fort. A 20-minute walk north along San Marco Ave from the Castillo will take you to the Fountain of Youth. Stroll along the beautiful canopied Magnolia Street and you will arrive at the entrance of the Fountain of Youth. Take a sip from the fountain and visit the grounds where they recreated the original village and a watchtower, as well as the Indian village. Not far from the Fountain of Youth is the old jail. This is a must-see attraction. It was built in 1891, financed by none other than Henry Flagler. It is made to look like a hotel so as not to scare away any visitors. Sit down and have a chat with the notorious Joe Perry, the sheriff at the time. Take the guided tour inside the old jail. It is done by actors who recreate the lives of the inmates. But make sure that you leave, otherwise you can be stuck there for a long time. The alligator farm is a must-see in St. Augustine. There you'll see some albino alligators. You'll also see baby alligators, which they have a petting. You can also feed the alligators special treats. They come swimming right up to get the treat. There is also Maximo, who is a 15-foot crocodile. You can see him up close in person in his tank. They have other reptiles, such as a Komodo dragon, one of the largest in captivity. They also have snakes, many snakes, pythons, boa constrictors, all sorts that you just don't want to be near, unless they're behind a plate glass window, which fortunately they are. There's also plenty of birds, wild birds, African birds, and even waterfowl. The waterfowl are especially funny to watch as they do their antics.
Hi there, we're just leaving the alligator farm today. It's definitely worth, it's about $30 a person. Definitely worth the price. Unfortunately, it's a little cold today, so we didn't get to see the feeding. But everything else is still worth it, and it's worth the money to come in. Hi, second stop is the Lighthouse and the Maritime Museum. As you can see, it's still cold out and we're doubled up on our clothes. It's still cold. Anyway, we're gonna see if this was worthwhile. Come check it out.
So Lisa and I climbed the 219 steps of the lighthouse to go up 165 feet. She's a little bit afraid of heights, so she would not get too close to the railing. In fact, children must be at least 44 inches tall to climb that because of the railing and the step heights. The view was spectacular. You could see the old town, you could see the bay. I highly recommend stopping at the lighthouse, especially if you're at the alligator farm, because it's just next door. About a 15-minute walk from the old town, or a stop along the old town trolley, is the St. Augustine Distillery. The distillery is in the former ice plant from the early 20th century. This is where they used to make ice. Inside you'll find some exhibits on the equipment they used to make ice, as well as an explanation as how to do it. Inside the distillery there's a self-tour. It's free of charge, and there are stations along the tour path where bartenders will give you free samples. After your tour and visiting the gift shop, go upstairs to the ice plant restaurant. It is housed where they used to make the ice. There are several pieces of equipment that are still in place from the ice plant, such as a trolley you see there along the ceiling that used to carry the ice down for export. Also along the wall you'll see many of the tools that they used to use. The atmosphere is very unique here, and Lisa and I decided we would end our visit with a couple signature drinks.
Hi everybody, I'm outside the Teeny Martini Bar. I've been here before, but anyway, I'm bringing you through the back entrance on Charlotte Street because the last time I was here there was a line to get in the front door and we kind of stuck by the line this time, so we're going to try it again. Come on in. They have probably the best martinis I've ever had. little pricey, but martinis always are. Well, probably the best. I'm assuming this is the entrance.
Inside the Teeny Martini, the atmosphere is very festive. It's extremely well decorated. Everybody's having a great time. I got the Rye Knot cocktail, and Lisa, of course, got the Key Lime Martini.
Cheers!
Cheers. For dinner, Lisa and I decided to eat at the A1A Ale Works. It's a restaurant and tap room. It's located right next to Ponce de Leon Park. The period building is absolutely beautiful. You can dine upstairs or downstairs. We decided to dine upstairs. The interior decor brings you back to another era. If you sit outside, you can look at panoramic views of Matanzas Bay. Our dinner came promptly and well presented.
Hi everybody, just ate at A1A. It's a restaurant and it's a bar downstairs that has craft beers. Anyway, I had the chicken piccata, he had the seafood piccata. As you can see, we had no complaints. Anyway, service was exceptional, the price is right, and I would recommend this to when you come to St. Augustine. We hope you enjoyed our video of St. Augustine. We sure had fun showing it to you. So please subscribe, hit the button on the subscribe button so next time we come out with a video, you can be the first to be notified. Hope to see you the next time.
See you soon.